What if everything you know about time is wrong? We treat time like something absolute. Seconds ticking by, days passing, years gone. But time isn't as simple as we think. According to science, time isn't a universal constant. It stretches, it slows down, it bends. It even stops under extreme conditions. And yet time rules everything. It defines our lives from beginning to end. We're born into it. We live through it. We die by it. We measure time. We try to manage it, but we can't escape it. So here's a question you probably never asked. What if time is not just a force? What if time is something more? What if time is God? Let's start with the science. In 1905, Albert Einstein introduced the theory of special relativity. It shattered the old Newtonian idea that time was the same for everyone, everywhere. Einstein showed that time is relative. It moves faster or slower, depending on how fast you're moving or how close you are to a gravitational field. Then came general relativity in 1915. Einstein revealed that massive objects don't just attract, they warp space and time. Gravity is the result of this curvature, and time in this context becomes elastic. The closer you are to a massive object, the slower time moves for you. This isn't theoretical. It's been proven. Astronauts age more slowly in orbit than we do on Earth. Your head experiences time slightly faster than your feet. Time isn't fixed. It isn't absolute. It's part of a fabric that can be twisted. So, what is time? Is it a dimension? A field? A perception? No one really knows. But here's where things get interesting. In nearly every human culture, there's a concept of God. Not just a deity with a name or a face, but something eternal. Something that has always existed and always will. Something that is everywhere, all the time. Something that can't be seen but is always present. Something that moves forward, never back. That sounds a lot like time. Now, I'm not saying time is God in the traditional sense, but the comparison opens up a powerful way of thinking. Time is everywhere. It affects everything. It shapes matter, motion, and memory. It's the one thing we cannot control, cannot escape, and cannot fully understand. We can't see time directly. We only observe its effects, like we do with gravity, or like some describe the presence of God. In many religions, God is described as eternal, outside of time. But what if the opposite is true? What if God is time itself, always moving forward, always present, always in control? Think about this. Time created the universe, or at least it allowed it to unfold. The Big Bang wasn't just an explosion of matter, but also the birth of space and time. Before that moment, there was no before, there was no time. And from that first second onward, time has been shaping everything. Stars, galaxies, life, consciousness. In the Bible, God introduces himself with the phrase, I am, not I was, not I will be, just I am. An eternal present. The same way time only ever exists now. The past is memory. The future is imagination. Only now is real. From a philosophical perspective, time is the one true constant in our experience. We can question everything else, matter, space, even our own identity. But time keeps ticking. No one can stop it. No one can avoid it. No one can step outside of it. Even in science fiction, when we imagine traveling through time, we always do so within the framework of time itself. We can't escape it. And if we're honest, we don't really know what time is. Is it a property of the universe? Is it a condition of perception? Is it something our brains invented to make sense of change? Or is it the most fundamental force of all? Some physicists believe time might be emergent, not a basic ingredient of the universe, but something that arises from more fundamental processes. Others believe time may not exist at all, that the universe is a static block, and what we experience as flow is just our limited perspective sliding through it. But even if that were true, we're still bound by it. We still experience time as a river, one direction, one flow, one chance. Which leads us back to the big question, why? Why does time move forward? Why does it exist? And who or what put it in motion? If there were no time, there would be no change, no decay, no growth, no cause and effect, no consciousness, no story. Time is not just a backdrop. It is the stage and the script and the director. In religious texts, God is often described as the creator of all things. But what if the creative force is time? Time creates everything. It creates age. It creates experience. It creates death. And through death, it creates space for new life. Time makes things possible. If you remove time from the universe, you remove meaning. You remove motion. You remove life. So what if the divine is not a being in the sky, but the unfolding of time itself? Maybe God doesn't watch from above. Maybe God is the flow we all move through. Maybe judgment is not a moment. Maybe it's the consequences built by time. Maybe eternity isn't an afterlife. Maybe it's this life experienced 1 second at a time. Even the most brilliant minds in physics don't fully understand time. Stephen Hawking once said that time may have no boundary, that the universe is finite but has no edge like the surface of a sphere. Einstein believed that the distinction between past, present and future is only a stubborn illusion. And yet, we live by this illusion. We're trapped in it. We're defined by it. Everything we know, everything we are happens in time. So maybe asking, what if God is time, isn't really a question about religion. Maybe it's a way of looking at the one thing that truly connects us all, not just humans, but everything that exists. From atoms to galaxies, from thoughts to memories, from love to loss. Everything happens in time. And if something happens outside of time, can it be said to happen at all? This idea may not comfort everyone. It may challenge belief systems or provoke questions some don't want to ask. But that's the beauty of it, because whether you believe in God or not, whether you believe in fate or randomness, in science or spirit, time is real. Time is the mystery we all live inside of. And maybe that's the closest thing to divinity we'll ever experience. But maybe time isn't God. Maybe time is just what it is, a cold, indifferent dimension through which we fall like stones through space. Maybe it doesn't care. It doesn't forgive. It doesn't guide. Time doesn't answer prayers. It doesn't offer purpose. It doesn't love. It simply moves forward, unconcerned with what it carries along. We want to believe there's meaning in this movement, that time has intention, that it's leading somewhere. But the more we learn, the more it seems that time, like the universe, just is. Without plan, without judgment. We may never know why time exists or why we exist within it. But as far as we can tell, time isn't watching us. It doesn't bless or punish. It doesn't intervene. It just unfolds second by second without mercy or favor. And if God is more than just a metaphor, if there truly is a divine presence behind all things, it might not be found in time at all. Because time is impartial. It moves for the saint and the criminal, for the genius and the forgotten, for the newborn and the dying. Time is the same for everyone, and yet it belongs to no one. It is not a being. It has no voice, no will, no compassion. And perhaps that is the clearest sign that time is not God. Maybe there is no higher force, no guiding hand, no eternal consciousness. Maybe we're alone, suspended in this moment, trying to find meaning in a silence that never breaks. And yet, we keep searching. Because even if there's nothing at the end of time, the journey still matters. The questions still matter. The effort to understand, even if there's no answer, matters. That, in itself, may be the most human thing of all.